feel a lot of energy and excitement. I'm not really sure why. Perhaps it's just this undeniable feeling that I'm in a flow, and I've never felt as in control when it comes to this process of nutrition, fitness, the whole kit and caboodle. I've never felt as conscious without conflict. And don't get me wrong, I am not having perfect days out here while I'm on vacation. I'm not. Instead, fasting is becoming my best friend. And as much flack as I give fasting, whenever I talk about it, I make it sound as if it's the thing that I lost all my gains. Maybe I don't make it sound like that, but the type of fasting that I was doing, I don't want to do again. However, when you apply the concept of fasting in a efficient and controlled way, it really does level the playing field, and it allows you to balance your eating habits in such a effective way that yields like really great results. For example, and again, I am on vacation. I'm out on the East Coast visiting my family for a week. I'm going to get back to LA, and I will most likely have maintained the same weight that I left with, which is like 187. I see it as a win. I can't help but see it as a win. I mean, how often do you get to go on vacation? And I don't know, maybe I'm just speaking for myself, but I feel that in most events, a person goes on vacation, they loosen their belt straps, and they let their gut get bigger. They eat food that they wouldn't normally eat, and they eat it more often. And I haven't been doing that to the extent that I'm capable of. I have to be honest with myself and acknowledge that, yeah, I've eaten... Well, more so I haven't been tracking my calories this week. And I guess that's the thing. But, and as I said in the last update, although I'm not tracking my calories, I am really focusing on the time restricted eating. And it has allowed me to maneuver through this week in a somewhat fluid and free kind of way. So yeah, am I any closer to getting to 5% and hitting that specific goal? Based off of how I've been eating for the past couple of days, I am not steps closer, but I am not steps further. And I don't feel negative about that. I really don't. I think I still need to learn how to celebrate and be festive with the absence of food. Because even, today, I started the day with breakfast. My mother made it. Corned beef hash, my favorite breakfast that my mother prepares. Eggs, muffins. My girl, she didn't want to eat her muffins, so I ended up having like 4. Just unnecessary. I didn't need those 4 muffins. And then it ballooned into something more where ultimately I ended up eating far more carbs than I really needed to in the window of, let's say, a 4-hour period. Some cookies from this like really good franchise spot called Crumble Cookie. Didn't need that. Some pretzels from Wawa. If you live on the East Coast, you know what Wawa is, and it's freaking amazing. And I got some good stuff there because, you know, I grew up with Wawa and I never get to experience it over on the West Coast, and it was just an opportunity to, you know, enjoy something that I used to enjoy. Is that an excuse? Is any of this an excuse? Is being on vacation, is visiting my parents, is living outside of the normal daily routine? Is any of that justification for not taking steps further to the goal that I've stated out loud multiple times? No. No. No, none of it's an excuse. I guess I just don't care. I guess I am more interested in winning this whole thing as opposed to creating this mindset around I have to suffer in order to do it. Because I'm still not convinced that there is any kind of suffering that's required in order to do something hard. I think there's discipline that's associated, or I think discipline is a must when it comes to having a goal in mind that is difficult to achieve. You gotta use discipline as a route to getting there. And I will always admit that discipline is a weakness of mine. It is something to strengthen. But suffering, I think the two are separate. And perhaps I am looking at it all wrong. Perhaps the fact that I had some cookies and some muffins today, and I was definitely in a surplus today. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And I will be fasting tomorrow up until the moment that I see my father. We're traveling over to Jersey to see him, and we'll probably be getting dinner with him. If not, then I'm going to fast until the day after to compensate for the amount of food that I ate today. And the thing is that I'm going to balance this whole thing out. All of it. By the time I get to LA, there will be additional fasts the following week to compensate for the surplus that I experienced while I was here. So by the time I do my next photo shoot, this upcoming Thursday, not this Thursday, but the upcoming Thursday, I will look exactly the way that I want to, which is full, carved up, low body fat, lean. Will it be 5%? No, it was never going to be. It's like, what's this game we're playing? I guess the reason why I'm feeling so positive about the whole thing is that it really does feel like a game. It feels like a fun game. And it feels like one that I am winning because I'm making the rules. And the thing that I really need to be conscious of is that this whole goal of achieving 5% can't just be a moving needle. And that's like really my only concern at this point, is that I don't want to use it as like an opportunity to continue. I don't want it to be like that dangling carrot where I'm always running after this 5% but never getting there. But as a result of running after it, I'm constantly monitoring my calories. I'm constantly focused on low intensity cardio. I'm constantly doing all the things that a person needs to do in order to hit that result, but never hitting it because, I have moments where, you know what, I've been killing it for the past 2 weeks. I'm going to have a cheat meal. And then that cheat meal bumps me up like a couple decimals. And then it takes me another week to get to 5. And then that week leading up to, I will get there, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's just, how? And even now, I'm the type of person where I'm thinking, what have the carbs done to me today? I had several muffins, several cookies, a pretzel. That's a lot of carbs. And this is the result. This is the result of several carbs in my body today. And this is what I look like as. And so I will fast. Do you see what I'm getting at here? This is my game. Nobody told me to do this. Nobody told me to pursue this arbitrary number. Nobody told me to write a book about the way of the shred. This is all coming out of an internal desire. I set a goal for myself that was difficult. Something I haven't done, something I haven't accomplished. And I am documenting the steps, the requirements, the things that are happening mentally in order to get there. And I'm just having fun doing it. But I don't want it to be a dangling carrot. I do want to do it. Because it feels even better to do the thing that you say you're going to do. What do those cookies do? What will the fast do? It is a game. It's definitely a game. It's also philosophy. It's also associated with my identity, the apex of all alphas, iconic aesthetic physique. And the work continues. Meanwhile, this whole time, I still love food. And that will probably never end. And so finding that balance will be essential. Hope this helps. Yeah, I hope this helps.